Well, here we are, Championship Sunday at the Triple Crown NIT in downtown Kansas City, Missouri. This is the 15 and under championship here at the Kansas City Convention Center. I'm Chucky Kemp. Andy Hansen with Triple Crown Sports is filling in on the camera just above me. It's Mad Frog Volleyball versus Premier Nebraska. Both teams went 3 sets in the semifinals. Premier Nebraska beat Adidas Dynasty. They actually fell in the first set, where Dynasty really dominated that whole thing, and then Premier Nebraska switched it on them, did the same in set number 2, and grinded out a third set win, 15-13, to make it to this point right here. Mad Frog, on the other hand, won the first set over Northern Kentucky Volleyball Club, lost the second, and then 15-12 winners in set number 3. So here we are. 2 semifinals that could have passed for the championship without a doubt. And here is our championship before these two teams head home after a really jam-packed weekend here in Kansas City. This is a great event. This is my second time doing it, and it is so much fun walking through the convention center. A little bit different this year, a few less courts, but for the most part, the atmosphere is still here, and we are underway between these two great clubs. That's a laser from Lauren Medic, who talked to their head coach, Shannon Smolinskiu, who said they have a lot of great players, but she is right up there at the top. She actually just won an 18 Open national title. This coach also coaches that team, so she stepped up. They needed a player. She went with them and won an 18 national title. And there's a question of where this is going. I think that's the right call by our official on this near side. It's 2-0 Premier Nebraska. Server is Sierra Pokerel. Far side slides through the 2 blockers, Bodie and Jones for Nebraska. The first point for Mad Frog, who's coached by Nikki Bramschreiber. Avery Jackson serves for them over the far side. Tip. Jackson keeps it up. Now Reagan Fitzsimmons down the line. We're tied at 2. Asked Nikki Bramschreiber, what are you looking for at this age? And she said, well, I'd really like for us just to be healthy. She said they've basically been playing with 8.5 players for quite a while now. They actually just got Avery Jackson back, who asked about her. That's a little deep. Premier Nebraska up 3-2. I asked about Avery Jackson because I was watching in the semifinals, and of course, the talent level is really, really high across the board, but she stood out a little bit, and I said, you know, what is it about her? Just a super athlete. Will be one of their top recruits. Over to the far side, and Fitzsimmons, I don't think she hit that how she wanted to. She's laughing a little bit, but it works out, and it's tied at 3. Jackson just got back, too, from a broken pinky. Nice serve down the line, kept up, and then painted across the way. Lauren Medic again. We'll hear her name plenty of times, her second kill. Medic serving. Near side, and Akuna Kosopala with the kill for Mad Frog. Trading points at the moment. Allie Grissom serving. Right at the net. That is perfectly done. Morgan Bodie ends up with it. Reagan Hickey set her up. Coach called Reagan Hickey the quarterback. lot of responsibility for her as a setter for this team. All the way across. That flies just over the net for Lillian Croshaw to put away. I have to get back in the groove of doing the score every time, so give me a little bit of slack here in this first set to get back in the rhythm of putting the score in. Good chance here for Mad Frog. All the way across, tipped, and it finds a home, Avery Jackson. The NIT runs until about 1 o'clock today. This is one of the earlier championships. The court behind us, the other elite championship court, will be running up until noon. And then we'll finish with the 13s at 1, as that belongs to Nebraska. Nebraska beat an Adidas Dynasty team who had not dropped a set in bracket play. They dropped 1 in pool play. So that was a really good win for them. And for the most part, these two teams have done a really nice job to get to this point. They've battled a number of sets, but there's a reason why it has come down to these two, and it came down to the 4 it did earlier today. Coming all the way across, blocked right back down. Lauren Jones. Actually, must have went on the other side of the net. I'm standing right in front of it, and I didn't see it. That one finds a home, and that is Jones connecting with that. 8-7 Premier Nebraska. A lot of teams gravitate toward these championship courts toward the end. You'll get a pretty good crowd standing around. Just a great atmosphere. Chance for Nebraska, and it just wasn't there. Mistimed a little bit between Reagan Hickey and Mia Taverdi. So a lead for Mad Dog. Coming all the way across. Good chance, far side, and blocked right back down. Josie Cleveringa, who is one of 10 players on the Nebraska roster. 9 of them are 2024 class members. 1, which is Sierra Pokerol, you heard her name earlier. She's a 2025. And Nebraska back in the lead at 10-9. Set number 1 of the 15 and under championship at the Triple Crown Volleyball NIT here in Kansas City. Lainey Piles ties it up for Mad Dog. Team out of Dallas, Texas. Nikki Bramschreiber's been with this team a couple years now, she said. Kept alive by Boffman from Medic. Back on Nebraska's side. Another chance for Medic, and she won't be denied again. Four kills for her in set number 1. 11-10, Nebraska leads it. Thrown across in a good spot by Akuna Kaz Akpala. like we're just hitting our stride in the championship match. These two teams just played not too long ago. They got a little bit of a break, but a long weekend and almost still waiting on that energy to hit. I think they're going to say this got tipped. Nikki Bramschreiber disagrees. And it will be a point for Nebraska. So they're going to say they got tipped at the net. Medic serving. And an ace for her. And this is the largest lead. It's just 2, but it's the largest lead for either team here in set number 1. Trying to answer and just miss hit right there by Kazakh Pala, middle blocker, and another 2024 class member for this Mad Frog team. They are all 2024s. Mentioned out of Dallas, Texas, Premier Nebraska out of Omaha, with players from all over Nebraska. Blocked, kept alive on this side by Boffman. Another chance. Right at the net, thrown across, and it wouldn't have mattered anyway, but a lift from Morgan Bodie as the score moves to 14-12. Tally Grissom serving right into the net. Lead back to 3. Olivia Hausman comes on for Premier Nebraska. She will serve. Thrown across, good spot. Carson Eichenloff. And they needed one right there. A heads-up play, saw an opening and took advantage of it. Reagan Fitzsimmons to serve. Far side on a run. Mia Taverdi perfectly set up on the far side. They won't change sides this year. You'll notice that between sets. That is one of the changes with COVID, that these two teams will stay on the same sides as that gets through. Lillian Croshaw brings the lead back to 2. Boffman serving. Near side, and that is painted down the line. Josie Cleveringa. There's some serious athleticism. That is probably what stood out the most my first time here, and it never disappoints. There are some athletes on the court, and you are looking at some of the players that will be on the biggest stages of college volleyball in the years to come. Good rally right here. This could be one of those momentum shifters either way. All the way to the far side, tipped up, kept alive, Nebraska's chance. Medic, that's who you want to have it. And a little miscommunication, and it lands for Medic. Five kills for her in set number 1. 18-14. Goes over quick, and set was a little bit low. I think that was the communication from Lainey Piles to Eichenloff. Get that up a little bit for me, and we'll be good. Nikki Bramschreiber said, hey, come on. Calm down, everybody. Nebraska starting to pull away here in set number 1. All the way across. That one was on the money from Eichenloff to Piles. Right at the net and sailed. Was there a tip? And they do converse a little bit. Nebraska saw the indication in the corner. And Medic came over and said, hey, they had a tip. That's ours. Up on the near side, that squeezes through Medic and Bodie. Avery Jackson gets one back. She serves. Down 4 here in set number 1. That's an ace for Jackson. Nebraska gives one away right there. Much needed on the other side. (2017). All the way across Medic. That's right up on the net. Back over the near side, blocked and kept up. Nice block right there. It was Medic combining with Bodie. And that is a tough duo to find any space between. Faith Frame to serve. Timeout. 21-17, the timeout from Nikki Brandschreiber on the Mad Dog sideline. Nebraska up 4 here in set number 1. It's the 15U championship at the Triple Crown NIT in Kansas City. All right, here we go. 21-17, Nebraska looking to take set number 1. Chucky Kemp, Andy Hansen running the camera. An error on the serve there from Faith Frame, gives one back to Mad Dog. They got to string a couple together here at some point, though. Down 3. Laney Piles, the server. And a little trouble here for Nebraska. Good chance for Mad Frog. Thrown back to the corner. Akuna Kasakpala again. The lead down to 2. Timeout Nebraska. They'll talk it over for a moment here late in set number 1. Like I said, I'm curious to see what set number 2 will look like, because both of these teams had so much energy and played in such tight semifinal games. You just wonder if they can kind of find that energy again here in the championship. Certainly when it's on the line in set number 2, you would think that would happen. But it's been good so far, as expected. Great way to finish up the weekend. Over the near side, Medic, and that is on the line. Oh no. They called it out, and it will stand. I might have spoken too soon. I won't challenge the referee. She had a better look than I did. 21-20, though. This is getting interesting now. Medic delivers. Said, all right, we need one. Let's go. She thought she had her 6th kill on the last point, but had to wait just a moment longer, so they pushed that lead back to 2. Over the top, and that is gone. Just a laser. Medic couldn't handle it. 22-21. Grissom serving. That's deep. Tough spot here. That's a really nice job to set that all the way across. Olivia Hausman. Or excuse me, that's Eichenloff across to Croshaw. They are right in this too. Just slowly crawled their way back in, hung around. That's going to be kept alive. Tipped up, great hustle. This has to come back across. Big chance for Nebraska now. Set up in the middle, tip. That is going to find a spot. Mia Taverdi. Set point for Nebraska. Reagan Hickey serving. Across, and a left hand. Great adjustment by Jackson in the air. It's coming low. It was kind of into the net on her. She just had to flick it with a left hand right to the perfect spot. Nebraska will take a timeout. Still set point, 24-23. First championship on this court today. Mad Frog Volleyball, Premier Nebraska, both really good semifinal matches. Mad Frog out of Dallas, Texas. Premier out of Omaha, Nebraska. Avery Boffman will serve. Her side's down 1 in set number 1. Chance to end it here. There it is. Set number 1 belongs to Nebraska. That's Mia Taverdi, who came on late and had some big points for Nebraska. They take set number 1. The two teams will stay on their sides. Just a COVID precaution here at the event this year. So Nebraska stays on the right of your screen, Mad Frog on the left. And set number 1 belongs to Nebraska. We'll take just a quick break and be back. See if they can close it out in just 2 here at the Triple Crown NIT in Kansas City. Set number 2, Premier Nebraska leads 1-0, 25-23 in set number 1. What they'll give Mad Frog some credit because it could have been worse. They really battled. Really around the 18, 19 point mark, they started to make their run, and they were a point away from tying it multiple times. It certainly made it interesting. Maybe a little momentum for them. See if they can force a third set in this championship. An event that's usually played 3 months earlier, but COVID forced the NIT back to Memorial Day weekend. 325 teams around there expected from 12 and under to 18 and under. I was talking to Andy Hansen today from Triple Crown Sports, who's running the camera, and he said usually over 600 teams, but still, I mean, over 300 teams. That is really impressive. Their press release said that about 12,000 room nights in about 50 hotels around the Kansas City downtown area were filled for this event. And I was around Kansas City yesterday with my wife, and we were seeing families everywhere that were in town for this event as Mad Frog takes control to start set number 2, up 1-0. One difference this year would be there are some recruiting restrictions for Division I head coaches that run until June 2nd. So they, about a week, and they could have been here, but Triple Crown Sports has an event next week as well that they will be able to recruit, and it'll be the first time they can do in-person recruiting in quite some time. I know those coaches are going to be ready to go. Nice job to keep that alive by Pokerel. That was probably going out, but it's still a chance here. Flicked across and blocked wide. Jackson and Piles over there. I think it was Josie Cleveringa for Nebraska that gives them their first lead in set number 2. Medic, her first chance of the set. 3-1. Like I said, the talent level's high, but there's just certain players that stand out, and Lauren Medic for Nebraska is one of them. Error on the serve, 3-2. Chance to tie it. Cossack Paula. She's had her big moments for Mad Frog. Medic down the line. It doesn't always have to be power. She just placed that right where she wanted it. These are the 15s again. I mean, I talked to Shannon Smolinski, their Nebraska's head coach, and said, hey, what are you looking for at this level? Because she coaches the 15s every year and stays with that group. And she said, I want them to play with pace, and I want their IQ to continue to improve. And said, look, a lot of these players, all these players are playing varsity wherever they go to high school as freshmen. And it's tapped right back over by Croshaw. It's just too far off the serve. And that was easy for Lillian Croshaw. Front and center as a middle blocker for this team. And an ace, a really good start. Ace from Lainey Piles. They have a 6-4 lead here in set number 2. It's coming back over, and that's out. Just some miscommunications right now. A couple of mistakes from Nebraska, letting Mad Frog take a 7-4 lead here in set number 2. Medic, oh my goodness. Again finds a spot. I've got her down for 8. I might be low on that number. Faith Frame will serve. 7-5 the lead for Mad Frog out of Dallas, Texas. That is beautiful right there. Lillian Croshaw having a nice set number 2 so far. Couple early kills for her. Near side Medic. That one's kept up by Jackson. All the way across, tipped and too far. Reagan Fitzsimmons right on top of that wall. 9-5. Well, confidence too for Mad Frog. You can just kind of tell, a lot of smiles, a lot more comfortable here in set number 2 to start, and they really did pick up where they left off. They lost set number 1, but they played so much better late. That is a great save and too far. I think Fitzsimmons knew it right when she made contact. And they want to keep Nebraska at arm's length here. They've got them in a good spot, up 3. Medic serving. Fitzsimmons. That is really nice. Leaning back too a little bit. Thought that might have been too far for her, but picture perfect spot straight across the court. Tipped. They could make this the largest lead of this set. And they do, right on the line from Jackson, 11-6. They have come out cooking. Need one. Too far. Or did it get tipped? And they will say it got tipped, and I didn't know. That's a big one for Nebraska. Coach Bramschreiber also saying, no, she just got under that, but Nebraska needed it. Still down 4. The delay, there's a conversation happening between Shannon Smolinski and one of the officials near the scorers table. I think it was, she might have been asking, I'm not sure, I'm not going to speculate on that. I'm not sure what she was asking. It's a lighthearted one, they were laughing, I know that. Chance for Jackson. Great diving save by Faith Frame. Comes back across, still Mad Frog. An opportunity here. Jackson again, blocked. Will they go back to her? No, thrown across. Frame was there again, and I think there might have been a double hit on Nebraska, and it looked like it might have deflected off a hand into a chest immediately. 12-7. Chance to extend their longest lead of the set right here. That went off a forehead. It's tipped across right through the arms and blocked right back down, and that's who got hit. Piles took one right off the dome and ends up with the block and a timeout, Nebraska. It is all Mad Frog in set number 2. 13-7 as they will try to even things up and force a decisive set 3. Well, 13-7, it is all this Mad Frog 15's National Green. That is the full official title of this team. And they have had everything go their way in this second set. They have played really well. It took them a second in set number 1 to get going a little bit, kind of battled a 4 or 5 point Nebraska lead. Eichenloff tried to get it done herself right there and couldn't get it over the trees on the other side. 13-9, Nebraska drops it back to 4. Can't count them out. You watch the semifinal. This is a group that can play from anywhere. Ahead, down, they don't really care. They're good enough to come back. I think Nikki Bramschreiber knew that because she was upset a few points ago when Eichenloff was trying to force it across. They're in a good spot though, 14-9. Tipped, and they can't save it along the backside. Avery Boffman came diving across. Lauren Jones serves. One of the names that Shannon Smolinski mentioned was Jones. There's Jackson. Talked about her earlier. She'll have a chance if she wants to play at the next level for a good program. Tip, couldn't keep it up. Mia Taverdi again. She's a name we've said a number of times. 15-11, and this has been the hurdle Nebraska has not been able to get over here, is this 4-point hurdle. Chance to do it right here. They'll keep it on the near side. Jackson. And trying to place one, Reagan Fitzsimmons didn't get it how she wanted to. 15-12, so Nebraska gets it down to just a 3-point deficit. And there's a scoring question at the scorers table right now. I've got 15-12. I believe that's what it should be. The scoring table still has it 15-11 there. They just switched it over. Now they've got it at 13, which I do not have. And they're actually going back through the book, the handwritten book, and they just fixed it. It's 15-12. Poker roll serving. That was almost a little trouble right there. Nebraska starting to get into a rhythm. And as I say that, Cleveringa misses one. drives the lead back to 4, 16-12. Still a really busy day here in Kansas City. People everywhere right now. Medic finds a spot for another one. I've got her down for 9 kills in these first 2 sets. Faith Frame serving. 16-13. Now the next hurdle for them will be getting it down to 2. Tipped, kept alive, and they do find a way to get it across. Blocked right back down. What a save. But I think that there was a net violation. Mad Frog might have came into the net, and so now 16-14. That was a great save along the back, though, on that spike from Medic. Boffman went flying across to keep it up. That's blocked right back down. Medic. 16-15. Now Mad Frog has to answer. Tipped across, and the Frogs needed that one. Lillian Croshaw. She's been really good in set number 2, and they needed it. She stepped up on a number of occasions. Medic drove that one right into the net. And quickly, it's back to 18-15 for the Frogs. Medic tipped. Had to have one. 10 for her, had an ace as well. She goes back to serve. 18-16. All the way across and in. Caught the line, they say. That's Croshaw again. They're going to be looking for her. 6 to go to even this at a set apiece. And if they can do it, it'll have a lot to do with her. It already has. And there's an argument from the Nebraska bench. Nikki Bramschreiber says, hey, let's go. We're on a roll right now. We just strung together a few points. Let's get this thing going. She doesn't want the momentum stopped right now. And the conversation has been had. Nothing will change. 2016. See if that stoppage has any impact on this. There's a really good chance right here. And guess who it is? Croshaw again. She has led the way in set number 2. The way this is going, they could carry a ton of momentum into this final set. That was a really nice swing, and I think it was Medic. I was blocked a little bit by the referee, but Olivia Hausman serving. Jackson might get a chance here. She will. And wide. I think he got right up on the net on Jackson, and so she knew if she went straight ahead, she really didn't have a route, needed to go around, and there just wasn't enough room down the right or down that left side for her. 21-18, big point right here. Jackson another chance, and that one does get through. Short. Nice serve, though. Put Nebraska in a tough spot. This could make it a 5-point lead. Great save by Frame. Jackson wanted that one. She destroyed that ball. And she was borderline flat-footed. She got up quick. Five points the lead. Timeout, Nebraska. If things stand, we will have a third set. The 15 and under championship. We're at the Kansas City Convention Center in downtown KC. It's the third year it's been here in Kansas City. And this was really an event last year that came right before everything kind of got flipped on its head, and here we are about 15 months later because this was delayed 3 months from its normal time around President's Day. And it is an event that isn't the first, but it's among a number of events that are returning to some form of normality, which is nice to see. 2 points from forcing set number 3. The Frogs are on a roll right now as that got blocked back. 24-18. The first set was 25-23 Nebraska, and I mentioned that this Mad Frog team really played well late in that first set. Felt like even though they lost it, that they had some good momentum to carry over into set number 2, and that is exactly what they did. They really hit their stride and maintained it. This got as close as 2, and they came right back to work. Nebraska not going out easy, though. 24-20. Reagan Hickey. Deep, and set number 3 it is. So 25-20, the Frogs from Dallas, Texas, force a set number 3, and this is really no surprise at all. These two teams so talented. You had to imagine this is how this final would go here in Kansas City. So these two, 15 points to decide who the champion is at the 15 and under level. A decisive third set on the way. Doing the coin toss right now. I believe the Frogs will serve to start set number 3. 25-23, 25-20. The biggest question is, can Nebraska find some rhythm? For a moment there in set number 2, when they cut it back down to that 2-3 point range, it looked good, but Frogs put together 3 straight, and then from that point on just kept them at arm's length. There was never a chance down the stretch. Mad Frog beat Northern Kentucky Volleyball Club in the semis. It took 3 sets. They lost the second one, but bounced back in the third and won 15-12. On the other side, Nebraska in their semifinal beat Adidas Dynasty, a team who had not dropped a set in bracket play, and I think it was just 1 set that they had dropped in pool play. Nebraska lost the first one and then bounced back in the second and third to put themselves in this position. Some of the younger Nebraska players, that's what's really cool about this event too, is that there's so many clubs here. So you'll have teams like Premier Nebraska who have players at every age group, and the same for Mad Frog. I see a couple of their teams sitting off to the side watching them, but some of these younger players and even the older teams, when you see the same jerseys, they'll kind of gravitate to that court and cheer for their programs. So you end up with a really good atmosphere. This crowd, or this court, is just surrounded right now by black, green, and red. Frogs will serve. Eichenloff will serve to start set number 3. 1-1, here we go. Tipped over, chance for Nebraska to take an early lead. Blocked and can't get it done. Medic couldn't find a spot, and then Tavardi tried to toss it across right into the net. A nice job by this front line for the Frogs. 1-0 them. That does find a spot. That's clever Ringa. That outside hitter position. Pokerol will serve. 1-1. Tipped. Right in the middle. Kept alive and falls to the ground. Shannon Smolinski not happy about it. Thought there was a violation. It's hard to hear. It's a lot of people. It's pretty loud in here, so when you're trying to talk across the court or communicate with a referee or even a player, it's a little bit difficult. So Shannon Smolinski's today, Lauren, and she's talking to Lauren Medic. She wanted her to go ask the question, which she did. Medic gets blocked again. That's Piles, and it's Kosak Paula. And they're rolling right now. The energy favors them at the moment. And it did in set number 2, and they've got to be feeling good about where they are right now. That's a huge answer, though, from Morgan Bodie on the Nebraska side. Kosak Paula, what a save. That is a ridiculous turn back across for Bodie to put it over. And they did have a net violation right there. After the block, trying to keep it alive. Looked like they just bumped. When they bumped it up, it looked like a fist got stuck in the bottom of the net, but that was a ridiculous turn across, and I'm not sure who it was. It might have been Reagan Hickey. A lot of bodies were flying around, but the save and then to smash that right back front and center for them to have a chance. Laney Piles puts that one into the net. 4-3, Nebraska's lead. Back across, Fitzsimmons. Medic, that's kept alive and out. Frame to serve again. 5-3 the lead. Now they're starting to get some momentum. And that was too deep. Piles was trying to place it along the side. It was close. Fitzsimmons, they have to have one. Was it tipped? No, it was not. 7-3, timeout. The Frogs will have to take one. Nebraska, and really momentum and the energy is 100% on their side right now. And they needed something flipped for them. And it's hard to say what it was, but they are on some sort of roll right now to push it to a 7-3 lead here in set number 3. It's the Triple Crown NIT here in Kansas City, the 15 and under championship on this elite side. Semis were great. Both went to 3 sets. The championship, it's only fitting, also ends in 3. Deep and a much needed point for the black and green side. Medic. Jackson keeps it up. Fitzsimmons on the far side, tipped, and it finds a home. 2 straight for them out of the timeout. 7-5. Laney Piles serving. Good chance here for the Frogs, looking for their 3rd straight point out of the timeout. I don't think it was as clean as Croshaw wanted it, but it works. Croshaw's been really good for them. Cossack-Paula's been really good for them. Medic on the other side has been good. I've got her down for 13. I'll say it again, that might be low. She has delivered time and time again. 8-6, she serves. Croshaw, tipped, kept up. Oh, what a spot right there, but I think before it could happen, belongs to Nebraska. I don't know if that hit. I was a little bit blocked on this side of the court. We're right underneath the cameras where I'm sitting. Cossack-Paula had hit Medic up high, and Frame goes diving toward the bench. Cossack-Paula tallies another one in her kill column. There are a ton of people watching this match. It is such a great atmosphere. 9-7. Where's this going to go? Fitzsimmons will get the chance. It'll work. The lead down to 1. Timeout, Nebraska. 9-8 the score. Second championship game on the court behind us is getting set to go. They already finished their first broadcast of the day. A couple more on that court. We have one more later today. It's the 13 and under championship, and I believe that'll go at about 1 o'clock. Of course, it all depends on how the semis go and if anything else runs a little bit long. This has been a longer match right here. These two are battling it out. A block on the far side. Fitzsimmons and Croshaw combining to make it 9-9. They were down big. They were down big, and it was a timeout by Nikki Bramschreiber, and they have come out of that timeout and been spectacular. Chance to take the lead. Blocked out. 10-9. Nebraska needs one. Jackson flips it back up. Fitzsimmons blocked, that's wide. And Reagan Hickey couldn't keep it between the lines. 11-9. It was 7-3 at one point. 7-3. It is an 8-2 run for the Frogs out of Dallas, Texas. And that snaps it for the time being to make it 11-10. Nebraska needed it desperately. Jackson wasn't happy with where she put that. Croshaw, that is a really nice swing. And tipped across. Was it kept up? I think it was not. I do think it hit the ground. Give Croshaw a ton of credit from that position. I think she was just talking actually to Eichenloff and said, I got that one pretty good. (12-10). Tipped over. This is a big one. That was Redwell. Croshaw trying to be cheeky right there, and they block it right back down onto the line. It might have been Croshaw that blocked it. A timeout, Nebraska, so this is it. One last conversation for Shannon Smolinski. They led it 7-3. 10-3 run. Since that moment, since a timeout. The Mad Frog 15s. A chance to be crowned champion of the top division at that age group here in Kansas City. 2 points away. Deep. 13-11. Reagan Hickey serving. Jackson has a chance. And blocked. It might have just been caught by the net. It was hard to tell. Either way, it cuts it to just 1 point. Every point is huge right now. This is it, set number 3. They'll keep it on this side. Croshaw saw an opportunity and took it, and now this is it. Match point for the Frogs. This has been a battle. Nebraska took set number 1. Frogs came on strong late in that one and carried that in to set number 2, and that is nerves of steel right there to watch that thing hit about an inch or 2 deep. Nebraska has to have it. Match point. And I think Nikki Bramschreiber took a timeout and just said, hey, calm down. We need 1. I talked to her before this match, and she is just much, definitely not the high-strung, intense, at least doesn't come off that way. And again, I watched their semifinal game and I talked to her a little bit between games, but I think a great perspective and a great handle on this team. She's been with them a couple years, so understands what they need really well, but she's done a nice job, and saw her in the timeout, just said, hey, relax, we need 1. This is not the spot they wanted to be in, though, off that serve. Nebraska has a chance here to tie things up. Tipped. That's going to be right over the net. Flown back over. Can they get one? Jackson. And it gets through. The Frogs win it. She knew it right when it got through. Put her hands on her head. Mad Frog wins it out of Dallas, Texas. The 15 and under champions. They were down 7-3 in this championship to a really, really good team in Premier Nebraska. And out of a timeout, just went on a tear. Built a lead of their own and able to hang on here. 15-13 winners. What a performance by them. Lillian Croshaw, Reagan Fitzsimmons, Akuna Kos-Akpala. The list goes on. Jackson, they all had their moments, and they are the champions at the 15 and under level. We thank you so much for joining us. We're thrilled to be back at this event. It got delayed, but it's been spectacular. Mad Frog wins it at the 15 and under level. For Andy Hansen and the entire Triple Crown Sports crew, I'm Chucky Kempf. We've got championship broadcasts all day long. We'll be back on this court at 1 o'clock for the 13 and under championship. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Mad Frog Volleyball wins the 15 and under championship.